Hey everyone, I am on my way to Rondeau Provincial Park. I'm going to do a quick little overnight solo camp. Haven't had a chance to go camping at all this year with just different schedules and things going on, but I'm excited. A little end of season mini car camp style. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to bring you along for the journey, and hopefully there are many more adventures like this to come. Thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoy the video. Well, I've arrived at my site at Rondeau Provincial Park, site 177. It's kind of right in the middle. The Lake Erie side is just over that way, and then Rondeau Bay is about a kilometer that way at most, maybe 500 meters. So not too far away, but this is the site that I'm working with. Not too bad. Looking forward to it. First time at this park. So it should be a good little camp. I'm gonna get things set up, and then I'm gonna go fish, I think. So I'll catch in with you in a little bit. Okay, well, there we go. Tent set up. This is the first time I've set this tent up outside of my living room. But when I started looking into like camping gear and new camping supplies, did a lot of research because I wanted to find a good tent that was going to be really versatile and just be useful, whether it's like backcountry camping or car camping. And so this is the Alps Mountaineering Zephyr 2. So it's a 2-man tent. It's really light, really easy to set up. There's only 3 poles, 2 cross poles, and then 1 cross support right here just to keep the 2 poles apart. But I'm excited to test it out. It's raining-ish, so I'm sure it'll get a good test in the rain tonight. But overall, I'm excited about the tent. Looking forward to giving it a try and seeing how we go. So for our sleep system tonight, I've got a Climate Static V sleeping pad. Really easy to inflate. It's got the little nozzles on it, and it's got the nice V-shaped ridges, which just helps keep things a little bit more firm. So I'm excited to give that a go. I've got my Woods Adventure sleeping bag. It's rated for 20 degrees Fahrenheit, -7 Celsius. I'm sure that'll be plenty for tonight. And then along with that, a little sleeping bag liner. Helps keep your sleeping bag clean, gives you a little bit extra warmth if you need it. So that's what I'm sleeping with tonight. And here's a quick look inside. Again, 2-man tent. It's got a little mesh net at the top there. 2 doors, 2 vestibules, enough for like boots. I can probably put my bag in there too, or put my bag on the other side. But lots of space for just one person. So my tent is set up, got that done. I'm not really gonna put anything else out. I was hoping to put up a tarp, but I don't really have any good anchor points or spots to hang a tarp. So I'll just put my rain gear on if I'm sitting out by the fire later tonight. But what I'm gonna do now, I got lots of time. I'm gonna head over to the bay, see if I can catch a fish. Keyword, if. See what we can do. there's a lot of weeds here, and the weeds probably are only a foot or so below the surface, so I'm just trying to fish top water. Honestly, I don't know what my chances are. Probably not great. I wish I had a canoe or a boat or something I could get out on the water a little bit more and fish something a little deeper, but I've probably got 3, maybe 4 feet of water, out where I'm casting, so hopefully I can trick something into coming up to the surface and take an interest in this little swim bait. Something I learned from watching John on the Lost Lakes YouTube channel is, you got a hook like this, it's got 2 trebles on it. Removing one of the trebles, it makes it easier to unhook the fish when you catch it, but it also reduces the chance that you're going to actually hurt the fish or catch him in the gills or catch him in the eye with the extra hook as it it swings around and you set it. So that's something I've started doing, and also just flattening out the barbs on the hook. Again, maybe a little harder to catch a fish if the hook isn't barbed, but less harm to the fish, easier to remove the hook. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I got a fish on the line. Woo. It's a pike. Holy cow, holy cow. I never thought this was gonna happen. I got a pike. Check it out. That's unbelievable. I didn't expect that at all. That's legitimately my first fish that I've ever caught. Cool. Super cool. Also, pike are so slimy. That was gross, but amazing. I caught a fish. If I can catch a bass, I will keep it. I don't want to eat a pike as my kind of first fish out camping, but hey, what can you say? Fishing. I'm shaking. I'm so amped about that. Caught that on this guy. And again, it's a good thing I took that extra treble hook out, because pike have a ton of teeth. They're really small, they're really sharp, and the last thing I want to do is have to stick my hands deep inside of a pike's mouth in order to get a hook out. So, wow, cloud 9 right now, cloud 9. Time to go. It is getting real wet out here now. Wow. I'm still absolutely stoked catching that fish. Amazing feeling. Just an amazing feeling. You know what? I might just go get my raincoat. It's not super heavy, but I'll put the camera away for now. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but definitely across the bay, big thunderheads. You can just kind of hear the thunder starting to roll now. Probably don't have too much fishing left, but looks like all the big storm clouds are at least on the other side of the bay, so probably okay for a little bit longer. I tell you, I am still just over the moon at that pike catch. I switched over to that other bait, or that other lure. I had just taken the treble hook off it, first cast in, catch the fish, and then I was just quickly trying to throw the camera back on so that I didn't lose it. But man, what a feeling that is. I said to my wife before I left, I was like, I really hope I catch a fish. Sure enough, there you go. So what a feeling, what a cool feeling. Now I just want to catch more. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for right now. Wind's starting to pick up. Rain's coming down again. So I'm gonna head back to the campsite. See what I can do about setting something up. Maybe eat some dinner somewhere. Caught a pike. What a day. Well, the rain's coming down even harder now, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to rig up this tarp probably to the tree and to the top of the car and use the picnic table as an anchor point. So see what we can do. It's also time for a beer. Well, I managed to get the tarp up. It was really tough. I only have the one big tree over there, and then I tied off to the hood of my car and then had to like ramshackle these picnic tables. So I've got just enough rain cover here where I can sit and dry out a little bit. Yeah, hopefully the rain cuts out so I can cook up my dinner. Might have to just use the little twig stove under the tarp here and cook up that way. So that's where we're at. Just gonna enjoy a nice drink and sit in the rain. Going back a while ago, probably a few months, maybe even almost a year ago now, Leah and I had just a day by ourselves, or like an afternoon by ourselves. I think the kids were with their grandparents, and so we went around. We had to do a couple errands, but I had it in my mind that I really wanted to find a book. Again, I was just kind of getting back into like the idea of camping and loving camping, and I had in my mind a picture of just a small paperback book, you know, that cheap kind of paper feeling, but about like knot tying or camping or something. So we went into a couple like bookstores and thrift stores to try and find what we were after, or what I was after, I should say. And we stumbled into the Goodwill bookstore on like Wellington Road South. And I was kind of looking through the reference in the camping section, and I found this, and it like perfectly lined up with what I was looking for. And it's like, I don't know, it was $3. It's still got the name and like the sticker in it from the guy who like owned the book back, you know, whenever it was. But it's just a super cool book, super old, like going back to probably in the 60s or 70s. I just love it. I've read it a couple times now, but brought it with me on this trip just so I can kind of read it again and kind of soak it in, and, you know, maybe try and remember some of the stuff that I learned growing up doing Boy Scouts and in Army Cadets and that type of stuff. So I just ate an apple. I ate some Dad's oatmeal cookies, drinking a beer still, and just sitting in the rain, gonna read a book for a while. So that's what's going on. Hopefully we can eat supper tonight. We'll see what happens. Well, good morning. It's been a long time since the last update, and a lot has happened. In the middle of the rain, I caught a break, and there was a little bit of blue skies and a little bit of rain, so I kind of jumped into action mode, and I started to split down some kindling to use my twig stove under the tarp. And I was just moving too quick and was being a little careless, and my hatchet slipped and caught my two fingers on my ring finger and my pinky with just a cut, no actual damage, or I can still use everything fine, have both digits still, which is the important thing. But that meant a quick stop over to the camp office, and then at the advice of the park ranger, I made my way up to the hospital, because it did eventually need some stitches. So got a couple stitches in each finger, and that ate up all of my night. It was about 7 hours total at the hospital between waiting and then the actual treatment, and then 30-minute drive back to the camp. So it was 3:30 in the morning by the time I actually laid down to fall asleep. And so now here we are. It's almost 10 o'clock in the morning. I've been up, talked to Leah and the kids this morning. So now it's time to get things packed up. I can't really do much because I can't get this wet. And obviously it's still raining, of course. So I'm going to get things packed up and get some breakfast, get some coffee, and make my way back home eventually. So if anything eventful happens, I'll be sure to let you know and bring you along for the ride. And yeah, this adventure did not go the way I had planned. A lot of highs, a lot of lows. Catching that fish, super high, loved it. Sitting in the rain, it was okay. I was reading a book, it was nice, and then just started moving too quick, a little bit too careless, and that's what happens. That's when accidents happen. So good opportunity to just live and learn, and that's the experience so far. So yeah, get things packed up, get things moving on, and carry on with the day. Well, with all of the craziness last night, I didn't really get to do much else with like stove or anything like that. So a lot of my gear just ended up staying in the car. So just gonna get everything packed up and in the car, and yeah, so that's that. that's it for me. Got everything packed up. I've got my garbage. So I'm gonna go get a coffee, get some breakfast, head back home, see Leah and the kids. Thanks for joining. I know it wasn't the most exciting adventure overall, but I mean, hey, we live and learn, and that's camping, right? Sometimes you make mistakes, and sometimes you get hurt, and sometimes plans change. So just thankful that I still have both my fingers, and try it again next time. See you later.